So last night, I'm just sitting on the couch, chilling, and I'm reading my comments, which, first of all, mistake number one, right? Like anyone who makes videos knows you should never read the comments if you want to keep your sanity intact. But I'm scrolling, you know, just doing a doom scroll, rewatching my own video for review, and the second comment underneath says, "This feels like AI." And honestly, I don't even know how to take it at first. Part of me was like, damn, is my vocabulary really that robotic now? Like, am I operating on such a high level of verbal fluency that my brain is being mistaken for $1 trillion supercomputer? But the other part of me, the human part of me, was kind of bummed out, to be honest, because it made me realize that we are at this bizarre point in internet history and just human history in general, where if you string together a coherent thought, or if you actually try to be articulate and structured, people automatically assume you're a literal robot. It's like we are so used to seeing either completely brain rot garbage content on TikTok or Instagram, or these super corporate, manicured, hyper optimized, perfectly edited 10-minute masterclasses, that actual human authenticity just looks fake. People have forgotten what a real person talking to a camera actually sounds like. And look, my allergies are absolutely frying me today. Like the pollen in the air right now is trying to take my life. So if I'm sounding like I'm glitching out, or my nose is super stuffed and my voice keeps cracking, that's why. I am not a robot. I'm just a guy currently getting defeated by nature. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm going to split this video up. First, we're going to talk about the science of why everyone is faking it right now, why we're all so obsessed with this idealized version of ourselves. And then we'll get into the actual real life bro science of why dropping that act is basically a superpower and how you can actually use it to get everything you want in life. So first things first, we have to address the elephant in the room. We are generationally obsessed with the avatar, in air quotes, version of ourselves. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. The avatar is that idealized, perfectly curated version of you that you present on Instagram, on YouTube, on Hinge, or even at your corporate office job. It's this character you play who never has a bad day, who is always on the grind, always waking up at 5 a.m., always locked in, never misses a workout, eats clean, ice bath, sauna, 15,000 steps, hedge fund, triple workouts a day, high rocks, marathon, sprinter. And he always has the perfect witty response ready to go. But lad, keeping that avatar alive takes so much flipping processing power. It's exhausting. It's like having 40 tabs open on Google Chrome and streaming in 4K, and you're wondering why your laptop sounds like a jet engine and the battery's dead in 12 minutes. That's your brain on idealization. Think about how wild this is. Back in the day, like literal caveman days, if you were a goofball, you were just the goofball of the tribe. If you were the intense hunter guy, you were the intense hunter. You didn't have to be tend to be anything else because there was no audience. Now you go to work and you put on your LinkedIn persona. Ah yes, thrilled to synergize on this project. Let's circle back, let's touch base. Then you leave work, and you put on your Instagram aesthetic persona. You go to coffee shop and you're making sure you look like a chill indie dude, listening to Phoebe Bridgers in your AirPods. And then you get on a dating app and you try to be the witty, slightly edgy but safe guy. You're playing 6 different characters before you even eat dinner. And we wonder why everyone is so socially drained. We wonder why going out to a bar for 2 hours feels like you just ran a mental marathon. It's because you aren't actually hanging out. You're performing. You're putting on a mask. You're putting on a one-man Broadway show for people who are too busy putting on their own Broadway show to even notice yours. And look, I can speak on this because I used to do this so hard. A couple of years ago, I fell down this crazy self-help rabbit hole. Like I was trying to be the ultimate productivity Chad. I watched every single Andrew Huberman podcast, which is fine. Huberman is goated, but I took it to this extreme, toxically. I was tracking every single minute of my day. I had this insane morning routine. Wake up at 4:30 in the morning, don't look at my phone, go stare directly into the sun for 15 minutes to set my circadian rhythm, drink a glass of water with salt in it, read the daily page of the Daily Stoic book, jump in the ice bath. And if I missed even one step, if I slept in till 5:30 a.m., I felt like I was on the back foot, that my entire day was ruined, and that I was a massive failure. I was trying to talk like a Silicon Valley CEO in my job. I was posting these philosophical quotes on my story, trying to make everyone think I was this monk who had totally conquered his dopamine receptors, and it was miserable. I felt like I was wearing a suit that was 3 sizes too small, just walking around holding my breath all day. But here's the thing about idealization. When you put this perfect version of yourself out into the world, you now have to defend it. You've built a fortress, and now you have to stand on the wall and guard it 24/7. You have to maintain it. And the second you slip up, the second you do something unoptimized or outside the norm, like eating a whole pizza to yourself at 2 a.m., skipping the gym because you wanted to play Warzone's new update. You feel this insane guilt. You feel like a fraud. You might not notice it, but your brain does. And you feel like a fraud because you were kind of being a fraud. You sold the world a fake bill of goods, and now you're stressed trying to deliver on a product that doesn't actually exist. I remember one specific day I was at a networking event in my job. I was in full avatar mode, wearing my mask. Shoulders back, deep voice, pretending I cared about Web3 or whatever they were talking about at the time. And I was talking to this guy and I caught myself mid sentence. I was using words I don't even use in real life. I said something like, yeah, the macroeconomic landscape is really shifting the paradigm. Pause. Like, who am I? I sounded like a completely different human being. I remember leaving the event, getting into my car and just sort of laughing to myself. I didn't make any real connections because the person they were connecting with wasn't even me. So let's get into the chud science of why this is destroying us. Talk about this a lot, but I view the nervous system as a currency. Every day you wake up with a certain amount of nervous system bread. We'll call them 10 cents. Or actually we can just call them, we'll just use Fortnite terminology and call them Fortnite V-Bucks. So let's say you wake up with 100 V-Bucks. You go to work, you deal with a stressful email, boom. That costs 10 V-Bucks. You go to the gym, you lift heavy. That costs 15 V-Bucks. That's just normal life. But when you are constantly filtering yourself, when you're walking into a room and thinking, wait, how should I act so these people think I'm cool? What's the optimal response here? Should I cross my arms? Should I laugh at a joke that it wasn't even funny? Your brain is working overtime. Playing a character is the most expensive thing you can do with your mental V-Bucks. It costs like 50 V-Bucks just to pretend to be a Chad for 3 hours at a party. You're in a constant state of low level fight or flight because you're terrified the mask is going to slip. Your body literally doesn't know the difference between a real physical threat and the social threat of someone realizing you aren't as cool as your Instagram makes you look. So you come home and your V-Bucks are at zero. You are completely depleted. This is why you can sit at a desk all day, not do any actual physical labor, and come home feeling like you just got hit by a truck. Your nervous system was spending all its capital on keeping up the facade. But when you drop the act, when you just accept that you're a flawed, sometimes messy, sometimes brilliant human being, feels like a massive weight comes off your shoulders. You stop spending that baseline energy. It costs zero V-Bucks just to be yourself. It is literally the most efficient way to live your life. When you are authentic, you get to keep all that energy for things that actually matter. Creativity, real relationships, actual deep work, or just chilling. Real actual chilling, not the fake stressed out chilling I talk about. This is where the real bro science comes in. The secret sauce to actually making it in this world. Authenticity is the superpower because the human brain is evolutionary. Didn't even know what I was going to say there. The human brain is evolutionarily wired to detect bullshit. We can smell it. You know when you meet someone and they're super nice. They have a perfect smile. They say all the right things, but your gut is just telling you something is off with this guy. That is your primal brain recognizing that the person in front of you is playing a character. And when we sense that someone is playing a character, we immediately put our guard up. We don't trust them. But flip that around. Think about the people you actually love being around. Think about your best friends. Are they perfect? No. They probably have terrible takes. They're probably messy. They probably make dumb decisions, but you love them because they are real. I started seeing the biggest growth in my life with my friendships and dating and my professional life when I just stopped caring about sounding perfect. Like, I'll just leave the stumbles in. If I have a garbage take, I'll admit I was bugging. If I try a new habit and fail miserably, I'll try again. When you are authentic, people trust you more. They see you as a peer, not as this unreachable guru on a pedestal. And in a world that is getting absolutely flooded with AI generated everything, scripts, voices, art, influencers. The only thing that actually holds any value anymore is real, raw human connection. The flaws are the feature. They aren't a bug in the system, they are the system. When I look at the creators blowing up right now, it's not the guys in suits standing in front of rented Lamborghinis anymore. It's not over polished, hyper fast, Mr. Beast style content. That meta is dead. It got patched out. The people winning right now are the guys sitting in their messy bedrooms, drinking a coffee, just speaking their truth. People are starving for reality. We are dehydrated for authenticity. Prime example of this is Sam Sulek, fitness YouTuber, whose content started with him just filming his workouts and talking to the camera. Minimal editing, no fancy graphics. And he has exploded. If you go on a date and you try to play the stoic, mysterious James Bond character, she's going to see right through it, pal. She's going to go home, tell her friends that you were weird. But if you go on a date and you're just like, honestly, I'm a little nervous. Haven't been on a date in a while. That vulnerability is so much more attractive because it gives the other person permission to drop their mask too. That's the real superpower. When you're authentic, you instantly disarm everyone around you. You create a safe space where they can finally relax and be themselves too. People will love you for that. They'll become addicted to your energy because you're the only person in their life who doesn't require them to spend V-Bucks to hang out with. So how do we actually do this? How do we stop being fake? It's not like you can just flip a switch and suddenly shed years of social conditioning. First off, you have to embrace the cringe. You have to be willing to be a little bit uncool. I started this thing where if I don't know something in a conversation, instead of nodding along, pretending I know what's going on, I literally just say, I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Can you explain it to me like I'm five? The first few times you do it, it feels terrifying. Your ego is screaming at you, but then the other person just explains it, and the conversation moves on, and you realize, holy crap, the world didn't end. Secondly, stop posting highlights all the time. I'm not saying you need to trauma dump on your Instagram story, but just stop filtering every aspect of your life to look perfect. If your apartment is a little bit messy in the background of a picture, who cares? Leave it. If your hair is messed up, who cares? The more you expose your imperfections to the light, the less power they have over you. Third, this is the biggest one. Forgive yourself for being human. The reason we fake it is because we are judging ourselves so harshly. We think that if people see the real us, the lazy us, the anxious us, the weird us, they'll reject us. But it's exactly the opposite. People don't connect with perfection. They connect with struggle. They connect with a dude who says, yeah, I tried to do that 75 hard challenge and I failed on day 14 because I just really wanted a beer. That's relatable. That's human. If you want to actively reach your goals, whether that's building an audience on YouTube, getting a promotion at a job you actually like, or just finding a partner who genuinely likes you for you, you have to stop playing the meta. Stop trying to hack the algorithm of life. Stop trying to be the Andrew Huberman, Chris Williamson, Alex Hormozy optimized version of a person if you're actually just a normal dude trying his best. Just be the chill guy. Be the person who is comfortable in their own skin, flaws and all. Because that energy is magnetic. When you aren't desperately trying to prove how awesome you are, people naturally just gravitate toward you. You get your time back, you get your mental bandwidth back. You save all your nervous system V-Bucks for the stuff that actually matters. And most importantly, stop getting accused of being a literal AI robot in your own comment section by some random viewer. So yeah, that's where my head is at today. Drop the avatar. Stop performing. Go outside, touch some grass, sit in the sun, and just let yourself be a human being for a minute. Till then, see you in the next one.